Hello everybody, I'm about to do some blindfold practice with Liam Healy. I'm not getting blindfolded, I'm not that stupid, but Liam, the Master Healy, is going to do some practice for our exhibition match coming up on the 12th of March at 8 p.m. For people who don't know Liam, he's a friend of mine and future co-streamer of Tag Night. You want to tell them a little bit about yourself, Liam? Maybe sort of how long you've been playing and what you're into, your rating.
Yeah, so chess is definitely one of the bigger passions of mine. I've been playing. I learned to play probably before I started school. Just learned the moves though. I didn't really sort of start studying the game until probably I would have been around 21, I reckon. Maybe a little old. I'm 28 now, so I've been sort of studying for a good while. Blindfolded games are a muscle I don't get to exercise very often though. So I'm pretty keen to get any sort of practice that I can, any chance. I'm always keen. So here I am.
And how are you feeling about your upcoming exhibition match with the boa constrictor Jason Boa?
Oh, the constrictor, I love it. I'm feeling pretty good. I think it's going to come down to, if I can remember the position, I'll win. If I can't, then he'll win. I think it's going to be as simple as that. If I leave a piece hanging and I forget he has a bishop there or something, then that'll be just too tough for me to recover. But if not, if I sort of hold it all together, I think I'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, we did a little bit of practice yesterday. I think it was yesterday, and you did really well. I mean, you found yourself in good positions. We were only playing blitz, so you didn't have a huge amount of time, but I have every confidence in your ability. Like you say, I totally agree. If you can remember where the pieces are and you can hold that in your head, you should perform very well because you're a very strong player. He won't like to brag about himself, but he's about... I would say on average 1800 all round, and he's been higher. Work takes a toll, as it does on all of us, but definitely the strongest player I know for sure. So what I'll do, mate, is I'll fire up the stream. The chess.com. What time control would you like to play? I think we should do rapid one.
Yeah, I'm happy with rapid 15-10 maybe.
15-10, okay. So we'll pop into a 15-10 game. And you should get a reasonably low rated player. I've swapped accounts, so I'm expecting about a 1200. For those who don't know, I'm not sharing my screen with Liam. Liam can't see. I imagine he'll have his eyes closed for most of the games anyway, because he likes to visualize the positions. But he won't be able to see. And on the day versus Jason Boa, he will be blindfolded to make sure that there's no funny business. Yeah, although not for a second do I think that you'll want to cheat.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm hitting play.
Let's get it.
Right, you have a 13-20 player and you are black. Your opponent plays E4.
Yeah, C5, please.
C4.
He played E4, C4.
Correct.
Wow, okay. Unusual. D6.
Knight C3.
Knight F6.
H3.
Knight C6.
Knight C6 on the board. So we've got a Sicilian game here. Liam's really good in a Sicilian. He plays these positions a lot. Generally, when playing the Sicilian, you don't see C4. Instead, you see D4 early. And it comes into an open or closed Sicilian. But I suspect it should be a pretty good game. D3.
Yeah, I thought he'd want that. I mean, I don't mind the structure. Seems, I think it's a bit weak from white, honestly.
I agree.
Yeah,
But with nothing traded, it's hard for someone blindfolded.
that's true. That's true. But I mean, yeah, okay. I'll focus on the game, but
Yep, yep.
yeah, I don't. E5.
E5 on the board. Hey Jason, yeah, we thought we'd get a bit of practice in. I am keen to also get some with you at some stage if you want. If you want, oh, just hold a sec. Bishop G5.
Bishop E7.
On the board. Yeah, so if you want to get some practice in, there's definitely a few tips that I'd like to give you. If you want to have a chat sometime before the game. And if we could get you in Zoom, that'd be cool too. But if you don't want to do that, if you don't want a webcam, that's fine. It's not a necessary thing. I think we definitely need it for Liam just to show that he is blindfolded when you play. Bishop takes F6
Bishop takes F6.
on the board. So I assume that he's going to come in with his knight now. I don't have my arrows turned on this account, but he'll come and challenge the dark squared bishop. He should really be trying to develop. Hey Sam, I'm just doing a bit of practice with my friend here. He's got a blindfold match coming up, and he needs all the practice he can get. And good morning to you too. Knight F3.
Castle's short.
On the board. Yep. Yeah, time will tell. I mean, it's super impressive to me. I don't know about you, but
Do you reckon he plays bishop e5?
I could not even contemplate playing a game blindfolded. I have played blindfolded games in the past, and I get to about 15 moves, and I just lose the position. He played knight d5.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's what I would have played.
Yeah, makes sense.
Sam, I don't know if blindfold improves your chess. I think being able to hold positions in your head is definitely a strength, though. Whether it improves your chess, I'm not too sure. I definitely think it's the mark of a very, very strong chess player. And obviously, a level of intelligence that I'm not quite yet capable of.
What's the time, please?
You have 10 minutes 30 to his 11 minutes 30.
Bishop e6.
Bishop e6 on the board. Nice move, bro.
I guess the only move.
I agree.
And if knight takes f6, then queen takes f6.
Yep. So yeah, deep in the tank there, but I think he has to play. He has to put some pressure on this knight. You can't leave the knight there forever. The bishop is lost. It's not a huge loss. I don't necessarily think the knight has to take, and he doesn't. Rook c1.
Yeah, makes sense. Bishop takes d5.
On the board. So it'll be interesting to see the post-game analysis. C takes d5.
Knight d4.
On the board. But I didn't like when Liam played e5. I think that was a positional mistake because he could never kick that knight. But he had a great outpost for his knight on d4. He didn't need to give the white knight an outpost on d5. Knight takes d4.
C takes d4.
On the board. Bishop e2.
Rook c8.
On the board. The guy he's playing is 1320. This should give us a pretty good indication of what Liam's blindfold rating is. Not seeing just winning this pawn surprises me. Bishop g4. Yeah, Sam, I might play the queen check first, though. I don't think anything's necessarily wrong with it. He may just not see it. He might see something that I don't, but I think, yeah, queen a5 check would be the move I would play, followed by captures pawn. Just under 6 minutes, Liam.
Alright.
Yes, Boa, that is the advantage of playing someone who can't see the board. you should definitely have the edge there.
Rook takes c1.
On the board. Queen takes c1. He really needs to find this check. It's going to stop the king from castling now.
Ugh.
Yeah, Jason. If he doesn't win this game, I will change
G6.
my pre-game analysis. B6,
G6.
G6.
Yeah.
On the board. You have 4.5 minutes.
Alright.
I assume he's played G6 with the intention to play H5. So if black castles, I'd like to see a really quick H5 from him. Castles short.
Uh, I've been unsure about this move because I can't remember if I played it or not.
Send it.
A6.
H6.
A6.
Oh, thank God for that. A6 is on the board.
Good. So I hadn't played it.
No, you hadn't. Yeah, I agree, Boa. And I think the key when playing someone blindfolded is to keep it complicated. I will warn you, though, that the only game I dropped to Liam when he was blindfolded was in a no book move position. So I tried to go the same theory and I lost. A4.
That makes sense.
Encroaching on 3 minutes.
B5.
On the board. And if A takes B5?
A takes B5. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Queen B8.
On the board. Nice move.
Yeah, defends everything, right?
Yeah. 2 minutes 50 left.
What has he got?
9.5.
Yeah.
Rook A1.
Uh, H5.
Nice, bro. On the board. Bishop D1.
Really?
Yep.
Rook C8.
On the board. Beautiful display of skill by Liam. I mean, he's playing every move that I would play. Queen A6.
Rook C4.
Whoa. On the board.
Does it blunder?
Yeah. Pawn takes C4. Sorry,
Ah.
D takes C4. I think you're looking for Rook C5.
Yeah, is defended by the pawn and attacks his pawn?
Well, it doesn't really attack his pawn, but...
On C5?
Would you like to resign?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Do you want to open up my stream and you can have a look at the position?
Yeah.
Good game
Are you
though, it
on
was
Face-
going well before there. I think you need to do something about the bishop.
Are you on Facebook or Twitch?
Both. I bet you're glad we're practicing right about now.
Yeah.
I think next time we'll play 30 minute, if you have the time.
Yeah, should be good.
And that might just get you to slow things down a bit.
Yeah.
Jason Bow is watching, by the way, and I imagine he is very fucking happy to see that.
Yeah.
How's that feel there, Jace? I just realised I won't be able to analyse it on this. He said you did pretty well there, Liam.
Alright, there we go. Are you still live on Twitch?
Yep.
Yeah, nice. Alright. I'm gonna catch right up.
Yeah, I think you definitely just took the favourite bowler, I'm not going to lie, mate. But he does have some time to practice.
I'll see if I can get it on Facebook actually.
Jason Bower thinks he's going to whitewash you, bro.
Nice.
50 press-ups on it.
Alright. I'm down.
Right, have you got the stream up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got it? Okay, so started out e4, c5, it's pretty normal, and your opponent played c4.
Yeah, that was unusual.
Yep. D6. it's alright, I guess. I don't really know much about the Sicilian. Knight to c3. Knight f6. This all looks pretty normal. G3, probably a bit passive by white. Knight to c6. And then we had d3. And I liked this position for black. I thought you were pretty good if you can work out a way to maybe break on the queen side. And I probably would have played something like g6, bishop g7.
Yeah, that's definitely not a bad way to go. I was expecting bishop g5. That was sort of that was the idea. But once I play e5, I'm kind of inviting that development square for the bishop. I don't really want to lose the other tempo by playing g6.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I'm real happy with that structure in the center where we trade the knights and both have the double pawn structure with the open c file.
I didn't really like that. I thought it was nah. I didn't like it because I feel like there were no real good breaks for you, and without being able to kick this knight away, because a move ago on move 5 before you play e5, you have this great outpost for your knight, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't really have a good outpost for his knight because you can play e6.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that would be my only one. But I didn't hate the position. It was very drawish once the knights got traded off in the centre.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but with the outposts, it's like as soon as I play knight d4, he just plays like knight f. Yeah. Oh, okay. I think I'm a little delayed on the stream. Where are you up to?
I've gone back. So knight f3, move 8, knight f3, and then you castle short.
Yeah, I mean, if we outpost the knight straight away, he just develops his knight, challenges it, and then what are we doing? If we don't trade, he will. It's the same principle as being able to kick the knight with a pawn. Like, I don't want to trade it. Sort of, when it's there, I want it there for the whole game.
Yeah, I see. I see what you're saying. I think maybe with the support of the bishop on g7 down the long diagonal, it could be a little bit harder for him to kick pieces. Yeah. Which is what I thought you were going for, but it was, like you said, it was fine once you've come to this position. You were doing quite well on move 14 here, or maybe even a bit beforehand, maybe move 13. I think you missed something. I really think you need to play queen a5 check and pick up this pawn.
Yeah, okay.
Pick up the a pawn.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there something that I'm missing? Because that seemed to be an idea to get an advantage, or to at least complicate the game.
That's definitely not bad. A problem I really had was the c8 square. Once that bishop gets into the game, the advantage he has there is
the c7
probably
square
bigger than the pawn. No, the c8 square when he plays.
Oh yeah.
When he plays bishop g4 and that bishop just eyeballs the c8 square, that's my entry into the only open file.
Yeah.
I can't put a rook or a queen there, So that's why I was looking at a6, b5, trying to find another way to open a file to get in.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. So we trade. So the bishop's already on move 15. The bishop's already on g4, and I'm thinking you can still play check here.
Yeah, it's
queen a5 check. And that forces the king to not be able to castle at a minimum.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, so let's say queen a5 check. What about what would you play if you were white and I played queen a5 check?
King e2 maybe.
Yeah, I think that's got to be the best move. You don't want to give up that, and then what I play. Queen takes a2 and he plays queen c7.
Yeah, or you could take the time to press g6 h5.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah. Oh, whoops. Lost the position. Okay, so anyway, we roll through the moves. I did like you opening the files. I think that was good to mix it up. Nice job finding Queen B8, defending both pawns. Rook comes
Yeah,
over. You're probably losing a bit here. You swung. I love this, by the way. When you played H5 and then Rook to C8, I think you were looking really good. My move prediction was something like Bishop G5.
Yeah, okay. Now that I can see the position, I'm just like, what? How did I just blunder a rook here? You know, like what?
I wondered. Yeah, you played Rook C4.
And then so it's like rook c5 and then queen c7.
It's incredibly hard though. I mean, it was a hard position to play. Your opponent didn't know you were blindfolded, but he played it pretty much how you should play when someone's blindfolded, I think.
I mean the long-term plan is rook c5, queen c7, back the bishop up to g7 and then f8. You know, defend that other pawn and then probably throw a rook up to c1.
Yeah. You actually would have had a pretty good position. But that happens. It's hard to keep track of pieces. How did you feel about it? Like, were you... Because you were doing all right, but at time... You were definitely taking a lot of time on some moves. I was wondering if you kind of lost it a little bit around move 10. I feel like you might have been like, oh, where are a couple of pieces?
So I mean, I felt pretty good about it. I think you're right. I think I did take too long on moves that just didn't merit a lot of time. It's just like seemingly obvious moves, and it's just like I know it's the right move. I just sort of am trying to look for something better.
Yep. Okay. That makes a lot of sense too. Actually, yeah. That's classic Liam 101 right there.
Yeah.
Looking for the best move, but I mean that's how you taught me when we're learning to play. We're not looking for a good move. We're looking for the best move. So it's absolutely fine. Right. Do you want to play another one?
Yeah, man. I'll go another one. Let's do it.
I imagine we should get a reasonably low-rated player.
What did that rating just drop to? Must have been.
You're now 1,076 and Bo is the favourite.
Like being an underdog.
Yeah. No, you played well though. Like there was a lot of good stuff went on there. I think just time management. We'll jump on to a 30-minute one. You'll have the white pieces probably. In fact, I'll actually abort and make sure you get the white pieces. And that will make things a lot easier. I suspect you'll get the white pieces though. Second game. Yep, you do have the white pieces. Your opponent is 939 rated, and I suspect this should be a pretty casual game. Do you want to just close my stream? Let me know when you're ready. And maybe give me a first move so we don't abort.
Alright, so I'm white, right?
Yep.
Can I play d4, please?
On the board.
Give me a queen's gambit accepted.
You might get it too.
I might get it.
No, he's played e6.
Okay. We still might get it.
We still might.
c4.
On the board. Bishop b4 check.
Yeah, okay, bro. Knight c3.
Knight c3 on the board. Bishop takes c3 check.
B takes c3.
I don't know why you're shaking your head. You play me in this position all the time.
Okay. I play way different. You have to develop the knight first.
Yeah. I must say the knight is definitely not developed.
And like you don't develop the bishop with check. You develop the bishop to pin the knight. It's way different.
Same shit, bro.
Oh, I could have played bishop d7 there. Then what did he do? I guess then he doesn't lose the bishop here, but
Knight c6.
bishop f4.
On the board. So I'm expecting a pretty standard development from Liam. So he's going to play the knight up to f3. He's going to play. He might actually play e4. Generally in these positions you'd play e3, but looking at the board now, maybe e4 because his opponent hasn't taken too much room in the center at all, really. So these two moves are going to end up on the board, and then he's going to castle short, develop his queen somewhere. Just A, B, C, queen pawn opening stuff. Knight f6.
e3.
On the board. Okay, so we've got our e3. I'm not sure which one will come first. Either knight. It's probably going to be the bishop, actually. He's probably going to develop the bishop first, so the knight's flexible on either g3 or e2. h6.
Knight f3.
Knight f3 on the board. Knight e4. So he comes in, attacks the pawn. I'm expecting knight c2. And then maybe f5.
Queen c2.
On the board. Knight f6. I'd play h3 in this position. I don't know if Liam will. It's not really his style. He might want to open up the file anyway, but I'd play h3 and give this bishop an escape square in case this knight comes in and attacks it, because this bishop's going to be a big piece. It's already looking pretty good.
Bishop d3.
Bishop d3 on the board. G5. G5.
Bishop g3.
On the board. "25 minutes. Lots of time.
What's he got?
The same.
No.
So the question is if his opponent's going to come after the bishop or not. He's opening a lot of pieces around his king. He's creating some weaknesses here. Queen e7.
Hmm.
I think I might have lost the game, bro.
What do you mean?
We were disconnecting and I reloaded and it's not reloading now.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
It is super unfortunate. I don't understand why. I've still got you and I've still got my stream. Can someone message in the chat to let me know if the stream is still live? But the game is gone, which is weird for chess.com.
That is
Oh no,
weird.
no, we got it. We got it again. Sorry, bro.
Alright.
Can you remember the
No,
position?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got it.
And he played Queen E7.
Yeah.
Sorry for that, everyone. Hopefully I didn't mess him up too much with that disconnect.
H3.
On the board.
A lot of candidate moves here, but I want something for this.
You have just under 20 minutes left.
Cool.
You play D6.
Castle's short.
On the board. If he is going to beat Jason Bower in just a few days, he's going to have to really work on just trusting himself and playing the moves that come naturally. He doesn't need to put massive amounts of thought into everything. I am speaking from a platform where I have no idea how hard it is. Well, I do have somewhat of an idea how hard it is to remember 12 moves deep, but I don't think it's a memory issue. It appears just to be a confidence thing, so hopefully we can grow that confidence over the next few days anyway, because I do want to see him take a dub in at least one of the games. A close match is always far more preferable than a blowout. Bishop d7.
Rook b1.
Which rook?
Right, of course. Yeah, rook a b1.
Nice move. It's on the board. Yeah, so his opponent's trying to castle long here, which seems like a pretty good idea, but I imagine he is probably having second thoughts now, because this is nasty, and this attack will actually come pretty quick, because he's also got this bishop on the long diagonal and all these pawns he can break with. Even this outside pawn will take a few moves, but he can get there. He plays rook b8. I really want to see c5 here. c5 is I think, what this position screams for. The king's in the center of the board. He needs to start breaking things up in the center. It takes a certain amount of guts to play a move like c5, and I think blindfolded he might struggle to find it, but c5 definitely seems like the move to me.
Rook b2.
Rook b2 on the board. You've got 16 and a half minutes to your opponent's 21. This is great, by the way. Streaming and not having to think about the chess myself is fantastic. I can just chill out. Should have myself like a cocktail, maybe some grapes. Jack that up for Friday. He plays g4.
H takes G4.
On the board. Knight takes G4. I would strongly be considering Bishop G6 here. I don't think he's going to play it, but Bishop G6 seems like the move to me. If the pawn takes, you will take with the queen and deliver check to the king, and then you can take the knight. Also, if the pawn doesn't take and he does some other move, I'm not sure what he actually has in this position, maybe he retreats the knight. Well, anything but retreats the knight actually. You can swing your bishop over and attack this knight, and also stop this pawn from advancing any further. And for anyone who's just joined us, Liam here, he's 1850 rated in Rapid at the moment, maybe even 1900, I'm not quite sure. He's very strong. He's getting some practice in for a exhibition match on Friday, the 12th of March at 8 PM with Jason Bower, who is about 1450 rated. He's very good. He's definitely beaten me. It should be a good matchup. Liam probably needs some practice looking at this, especially in the time control department.
Bishop E2.
On the board. You play D5. See the pawn, bro. See the pawn.
C takes D5.
On the board. E takes D5. That is such a crushing move. If he can find bishop takes c7.
Rook fb1.
On the board. A really good position for white. Really good. I'll play white here all day. This bishop's now opened up. This queen's got some nice squares too, but unfortunately this bishop could be an issue later. I do want to see something like knight e5, and then if knight takes e5, bishop takes e5, and then you would be threatening the knight on g4 and the rook on h1, h8 rather. Queen e6. He needs to come up with these attacking ideas, and pretty quickly too. He's got 11 minutes on the clock. I want to see takes or takes. There's no other options in the position. He needs to be able to see these. Rook takes b7 should be obvious. He's put this rook on b1 to target this b7 square. Encroaching on 10 minutes.
Right.
Eight minutes, mate. You have to pick up the pace and just have faith in yourself.
Yeah, right. Oh, God. I feel like I've got a tactic on to win that night. Can't quite find it.
7.5 minutes, mate. I'll just play nice and simple.
All right. Rook takes b1. B2. I mean b7.
Rook takes b7 on the board. And if rook takes b7,
Rook takes b7.
rook takes b7, and then rook takes b7, both on the board. King d8.
King d8.
Correct.
Queen b2.
Queen b2 on the board. Six and a half minutes. Keep the pace coming. He really needs to find this bishop. h5.
c4.
On the board. Even combinations like rook takes c7 and then queen b7 will be could be pretty bloody good too. And he's got to attack. He's running out of time. h4.
Bishop h2.
On the board.
Hmm.
Position's getting way harder to follow, and he's on 5 minutes. I'm quite concerned for him. King C8. Rook C7 check here all day.
What's the clock, please?
4 minutes 10 to 15 minutes.
I just gotta back myself.
Yep, send it. Do it.
I'm thinking about a move. I'm not sure if it's legal.
You're gonna lose if you don't play. You'll lose on the clock.
C takes D5. Is there a D pawn there?
Yep, it's on the board.
Yeah.
And if Queen takes D5,
I've got a move in mind. I just need to calculate a little.
okay. Queen takes D5.
Bishop A6.
On the board. That took me way too long to find. He's threatening checkmate here. I'm not sure that his opponent's going to see it, but if Liam realizes that this is double check, then it is definitely checkmate. So if his opponent doesn't do something like move this bishop out of the way, and even then, yeah, this is just completely crushing for Liam the more I look at it, actually. I think he has to move the king out of the way, maybe. Looking really good, but 3 minutes 20, I'm not sure he can pull it off. It just depends. I mean, it is checkmate in one, to be fair. H3. Plays H3. See ya, bro. See ya. See ya. See ya. Come on, mate. You got this. He's going to kick himself in the post-game analysis if he does not play Rook B8 checkmate.
What's the clock, please?
2 minutes 20. Just trust yourself, mate.
Is it made in one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was. I couldn't remember if his bishop was on D7 or not.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if he had the escape square. Yeah, okay. So what is it? Rook B8, mate.
Rook b8 checkmate on the board. GG, bro. I was
Yeah.
talking to the stream and I was like, if he doesn't find this move, he's going to kick himself in the post-game analysis.
Nah, just it's been a while since that bishop moved. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's still there, right?
Yeah, it was definitely
I'm like,
still there. Yeah, well played. You had the advantage the entire game. Couple points that you
yeah,
probably could have done that you missed a couple of things on. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, great result. I think at one stage I almost just said to you, I was like, you're playing someone who's 927. You know? Just
yeah,
play him like he's 900 rated. No, don't respect him. I'm not saying 900's bad. I'm just saying that the difference between you being 800 rated and him being 900 rated, just send it.
yeah. Like I sort of thought about it. I really wanted him to castle short, and then I was just gonna send it, just H4, launch it,
Yeah.
have a crack at him. But then I'm like my next real move is just a castle. Like I don't want to, but I
Yeah.
guess I'm going to.
Time control is going to be a real big factor. We're gonna have to do more practice,
Yeah,
and maybe you do some practice on the actual blindfold variant on chess.com.
yep.
But because the time it just kills you, bro. And I know that you know the right move to play, and
Yeah.
I'm showing my chat. I'm like, oh, I should play this. But there is a couple of things that I think you did miss. So if you load up my stream, probably easiest way.
Yes, I'm watching it on Facebook. I've got a slight delay though, maybe 10 seconds or something.
Okay. Well, I'll fly through the opening pretty quick anyway, because that was all very obvious. And it wasn't until move 9 when he played G5, so he played H6 G5, that I think things got kind of interesting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I forgot for quite a while they still had an H pawn, and when he had his knight on G4, I thought he had no H pawn there. I'm
Oh,
like,
that would have been
that's
so
like a
much
bit of a-
worse, bro.
Yeah,
If he had
and then
no H
after a
pawn
while,
there, he would have been winning.
yeah, I clicked eventually. I'm like, oh my god, he still has an H pawn. It's like
Yeah.
it's not even a thing,
Yeah, that would have been very scary. I can understand why he took a lot of time there.
Yeah.
So, on move 11... Oh, no, never mind. So you castled. I think you needed to castle. You played H3 as well, which was good, giving that bishop an escape square if it ever needs it.
Yeah.
He was fully prepared to castle long. So your next move was preemptive when you played Rook B1, Rook A to B1.
Yeah.
And it stopped him from castling long, which was a bit of a shame because I wanted to see some fireworks. I would have liked to see him castle long. I think you would have checkmated him within 10 moves. So,
Yeah.
or he would have lost a lot of material. So he plays Rook B8, and you prepare to double, and he finds the nice move. Now, I don't have the computer analysis, but I'd say it's probably best move of G4.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was definitely when it sort of started to get a little dodgy for me. Like I knew that queen was on quite a nice diagonal. I thought I had a tactic here after I retreat the bishop to E2, and I was looking. I couldn't quite find it. I just felt like I had something to try and win that knight.
Oh, so this is after captures.
Yeah, so it's a little further down.
Yep.
I think I doubled the rooks first. I'm still on a delay. I'm not sure where you're quite up to, but.
I'm on move 16 now. I've paused, so it's when you've played bishop E2. That's where we're up to.
What do I play after he plays? Oh yeah, okay, righto.
You're on that, so you've played bishop E2 on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, maybe I don't have as much as I thought.
No, I don't think there's any tactic. I kind of liked the look of
What about knight e5 here?
knight E5 here. I think the knight will just capture E5.
So knight e5, knight take. Oh right, yeah, that works. Yeah,
Yeah.
knight takes e5, d takes e5. Oh yeah,
I mean, it does mess things up a bit. I don't think it's necessarily terrible. I'll jump into an analysis.
Yeah, no, I
Uh,
don't, yeah, it must just be bad now that I look at it. And I lose
yeah,
on
I
the
don't think
pawn.
it's good. Um, C5 needs to come at some point because you're actually attacking. You're attacking the C7 square with your bishop, and you were for a lot of the game. And I was sort of waiting for you to
Yeah,
play
yeah,
bishop takes C5. So
yeah.
not quite here, but so
Yeah, it's a
he
little
plays.
earlier.
Yeah, he plays D5, and no, not a little earlier. You couldn't take it. It was poison.
Oh, was it?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
I,
Yeah,
I contemplated it too. So,
yeah. Do you think he knew it was poison though?
no. But I think he would have found the block, and because his knight covers the A5 square, your bishop had no spaces to retreat if he played D6.
Yeah,
The queen was going to pick it up.
yeah,
Anyway, but you could have taken it on, what move are we up to? 16 when he played D5. So you could just take that pawn now, and I think
yeah.
it clean wins 2 pawns.
Yeah, it looks like it. Eh?
Yeah. But coming through, you traded off in the centre, nice, and you doubled up rooks on the B file, which I thought might have been a little bit slow with the attack that's coming on the king side. But
Yeah,
I think you've got too many pieces on the king side to really lose to a checkmate. You should be able to hold this. He
yeah,
plays.
maybe.
So you go.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like I think there's plenty of moves here. Once he decides he wants to get the H pawn rolling, I'm like, that's fine. Like I can't just wait for it to roll into H4. Play bishop takes H4. He just sacks the exchange there. Oh yeah, I guess after his queen moves, it's like not as good, but
Nah, so his queen goes to E6, which was a terrible move.
yeah,
Probably one of the worst moves he actually played in terms of positionally. The king moves were obviously the worst, but so you took the pawn, which is good, and that's what I wanted to encourage you to do when you're playing with Boa, is to not worry about tricky shit. When there's a pawn, bro, a clean pawn, you played rook F to B1 for a reason, and it was to eye down on this pawn. Just stick with your plans, man. Make a plan and well, what's the word for implement it, because it's just going to save you a hell of a lot of time, bro. And a minute, some of your moves, 4 minutes 15 on move 19, you should just take. It should be automatic to take there.
yeah,
You
that's fair. I mean,
can't
having
afford
said that
that
though, if we back up, I think bishop takes C7 there might even be better.
Yeah, I liked bishop takes c7, but either one is good. Bishop c7, bishop takes c7 was my pick. I was pretty much screaming at you in my mind to take bishop e7, but you'll watch that. I mean, if you end up watching the video at a later stage, you'll see it.
Yeah.
But he traded off the rooks, which is fine. And then you have this beautiful rook on b7, and you're also double attacking this c7 square, which I'm not sure if you factored that in. I feel like you forgot about this bishop on the diagonal, or you didn't realize it was quite open. Especially when he plays this spectacular move of king d8.
Yeah.
I was like,
I mean,
find the check.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking pretty matey.
It is. There's some things here. There's some things. This knight is a good defender though. But what you did was fine. You brought the queen over to the file, so you're getting ready to double up. And I was looking to see if you could perhaps play bishop bishop h4 check, and then come in. But you can't quite because the bishop defends. His bishop defends. I'll leave it for a while for the arrows to show up.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Are you looking at trying to pick up the rook on the other side?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually looking to checkmate him, but it doesn't quite work. I figured that's what you're factoring in.
Yeah, I was calculating that. I I thought he had some defence though.
Yeah, he definitely does.
I knew the Queen defended the C8 square, but I couldn't quite remember where the bishop was. I was like, it must have still been there. Where else did it go? You know?
Yeah. It's hard to do, bro. He plays h5, and you play c4, trying to open up the center. I like that. His king's in the center. He plays h4, and I liked check. I liked bishop takes h4 check, personally, or bishop takes c7 check.
Yeah.
Bishop takes h4 check might have been a bit dodgy, but what you did was fine.
Dodgy,
it was a simple way to play, and I think simplicity is going to be key if you plan to beat Boa, because he is good. He's far better than both of these two players, and he's very tricky. And don't be expecting a 26 move game. Be expecting 50 plus.
Yeah, right.
So he plays King C8, and then the writing's on the walls at this stage. Took in the center, which is fine, and then played bishop A6.
Yeah, I wonder if instead of taking in the center, I should have just pushed C5.
I don't think it matters. No, actually,
yeah,
I think it's better this way, because if he defends checkmate in some way that I can't see.
Queen's not hitting the bishop anymore. Is that where you're getting
Well, the queen's in the center of the board. You might be able to get a discovered attack.
Oh yeah, yep.
And I said to the stream at that point, I'm like, I don't think that his opponent will see the double check. I don't think he's quite there at the skill level to see that is double check and mate, which is a beautiful move. That's chess to me, bro. That's a stunning move. And he didn't. He played h3, which was the big blunder of the game, and you managed to find the mate. I won't give you information like that on the day. If you ask me, is it mate in one?
Of course.
I'm going to have to seal my lips. But I do want to encourage you to do certain things, especially with time control. I'll be doing the same. So is my communication with you okay? So are you happy with...
Yeah, no, it's fantastic, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'd probably, want maybe like a time update every 5 minutes or something.
Yep, I give you an update every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's sweet as. Good game, though. So,
yeah, thanks, man. It's could have gone better, but,
Yeah, Bowl would have smelt that weakness, mate. He'd be like a shark in the water. He's probably watching now. But at the end of the day, you just played a 26 move checkmate against a 900 rated player. 900 is not that bad. They know, he knows how to play chess, and you were blindfolded. So a bit more practice, and I think if you practice more, the time management will come naturally.
Yeah, I think so too. Like a lot of it for me is confidence.
Yeah, I agree.
I think on the same move for like 5 minutes, and like I'm trying to look for even like other candidate moves, and there's just nothing. And it's sort of like I should have just played it in the first place. I knew it was the best move.
Yeah, yeah. You actually played better at the end here when you were under time pressure, and I was just like, you have to play, and you just trusted yourself. But we had some big long thinks. Move 19 was the one that really frustrated me the most. I think move 19. After doubling the rooks, you spent 4 minutes and 15 seconds, and I pretty much had to tell you to take b7 with the rook. you can't do that, bro. That's not a thing. You play another five minutes to play h3. Oh, that was kind of fair though, because his attack was rolling. So after queen e7. h3, there was a lot to calculate. You're trying to work out if he was going to castle short or attempt to castle long. I was pretty sure he was going to try and castle long.
Yeah, I thought he was going to castle long or not castle at all, which You know,
Yeah, I don't like not castling at all. I think he needs to commit to a side, and I think it needs to be short.
actually, yeah, this H3 move. What do you think another candidate move was that I was thinking about?
Um, what you just moved the bishop there, didn't you? So it's not. You can't take bishop c7. I don't think. No, you definitely
So
can't.
yeah. So what did he just play before I play H3?
He played queen e7. It should be on your board soon.
Yeah, yeah. It's on there now. So I've got a different candidate move in mind, and now that I can see the board, maybe it is better.
I quite liked in this position. Oh no, it's not in this position. Never mind. What are you thinking, Lem?
I'm thinking H4.
H4. Okay, trying to break it up.
Yeah, just let's open it up. But I decided not to because I feel that it just invites G4.
Yeah, I think he would have definitely played G4. If I was him, I would have played G4.
I feel
Where's
like
your knight go? Both moves on the
95.
board. You play 95?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'd play too. And then if knight takes e5, bishop takes e5. But you're going to have to deal with this pawn and the G pawn, I mean. And when he supports it with h5, it's going to be pretty hard to get that space back on the king side.
I'm actually okay with this. I feel like I've got a sack here somewhere.
Oh, I think in this position that you take knight takes f7.
It could be yeah, okay, yeah.
It might be a thing. I don't know. It's hard because your pieces aren't quite there though. He can't take back with the queen, so he's got to take back with the king.
Yeah.
You'd have check, but there's nothing else that you can really get in. Yeah, what I'll do when we do play it with Boa, we will play on my account, so I'll take the rating loss. If he wins, he deserves it.
Yeah.
To have the full analysis.
Yeah, right.
Or one better, we'll play on your account. Nah, it's fine. It's not that painful. Right, I think I'll end the stream there, guys. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. It was an interesting one. Well done to Liam for his win, and not bad in the first game either. It come down to one blunder. Apart from that, it was a completely even game, at least in my mind. I will do some analysis a little bit later on it and see what we think. Tune in. Maybe some streams coming up in this next week while we try and do a little bit more practice, and I do want to see a little bit of practice with Jason Bowler as well to be because fair is fair. So thanks again, everybody. I appreciate you coming. And Friday, the 12th of March at 8 p.m. New Zealand Daylight Savings Time, I think, NZDT, which is just my standard streaming time. If you are regulars, then there'll be an exhibition: one white, one black. Two strong players going against each other. This one blindfolded, the other one not. It should be very interesting. Thanks a lot again. Any last words, Liam, before I end the stream?
Oh, thanks very much for having me. I had a blast. It was good. Wish I had come away with 100% win rate. But, it's a learning curve.
Yeah.
You never lose when you learn.
Yeah, bang on.
So that's my takeaway from it.
And better to take an L now.
Yeah. I'm not upset about it. It's a lesson learned. I'll go back to the drawing board and